Lessons that you've given us. Thank you for the opportunity to gather here tonight and discuss the business of Overy County. We ask that you give us guidance and wisdom as we go through the agenda tonight, dear Lord. We also ask that you keep all of us safe as we leave out of here tonight. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Attention to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Next on our agenda, we'll have public input. Today, there is only one person signed up, Donna Kalas, who wants to talk to us about I-73. Ms. Kalas, if you want to come on up. Just state your name for the record, please. And you've spoken before us before, so you know the rules. You've got.
I'll try to speed through it as fast as I can. I've got a lot to say and not much time to say it.
Thank you.
Anyways, good evening. My name's Donna Kalas, and I moved to the Myrtle Beach area in 2008 after a long career in D.C. and Maryland. When I did work here in South Carolina, I worked for a few years as a project coordinator for the National I-73, 74, 75 Corridor Association. And that is how I know about the importance of I-73 in South Carolina. People are driving on I-73 in North Carolina. Here we are at the beginning of hurricane season. Our enormous growth isn't new, and I stepped out of my happy retirement into this room for the very first time in 2019. I did so to sound an alarm, and I've been sounding the alarm ever since. I have been threatened, I've been lied about, and some pumped lies that I was paid by the chamber and someone else these last 6 years. That was a lie. I stood up for what was right. That was and is I-73, and I stood up for the safety of our people on my dime and on my time. This council tried to hide some of my public comments in 2019 because I was exposing truth about I-73 in that hospitality suit. But I caught what was being done, and before the minutes went into the permanent record, it was corrected. The city of Myrtle Beach did the same thing, but I didn't catch it in time. What happened was wrong and shady. Council, people come here from all over because they love our 60 miles of beautiful beaches and all our area has to offer. We grew, council, and there is no turning back time. The proposed 22 extension is nowhere near the permitting stage. Yes, we have roads that will take us up and down the coast, but people need to be able to get away from the coast and out to I-95. I-73 is the only already permitted nonstop road that has already been through the environmental battle. The route was already established and it is shovel ready, but here we are standing still. I-73 is important, especially when the hurricanes come, and our people matter. Our infrastructure committee chairman and council member has been profiting while in office, and he has been serving and that profit adds up to at least $1.7 million Horry County dollars, so the last I checked. 41 checks issued to this company, and one alone was for over $369,000.
I'm going to ask you to please stay on topic with the I-73 matter.
I'm getting to that too, because this matters. This is a conflict of interest, sir. And when he can fly out of town, and our people have become statistics, sir. Out of 46 counties in South Carolina, our people are second place for traffic fatalities. That's serious. That is serious. Our people became statistics. 46 counties, and we're in second place for fatalities. Second place. Does this bother you? It should. It should haunt you at night. It should haunt you. We need that road. And the 22 extension, I don't know about that or what's going to happen with that either, but I do know it's got to go through a long environmental process. What I do know is I care about our people, and I care about them living. I don't want them to be statistics, council. I love where I live, and that's not just Conway, Ainer, the beach. I love our entire county. I love it, and that's why I'm standing up for it. Look out for the safety of our people, and this council should not be serving themselves at all while in office. That is how the taxpayers feel. It's not okay. It creates conflicts of interest and chaos. And I think, sometimes the unprofessional attitudes I see during committee meetings and council meetings, everybody sees that. Professionalism. You're on taxpayer time. And we depend on you to do your job and do it the best you can be. Not bashing each other, not fighting with the municipalities, fighting over money, lawsuits between people that you should be working together with.
All right, Ms. Kalas, that's your time.
And I thank those that do always act professional. I appreciate it, and so do the taxpayers of Horry County. Thank you.
Thank you
Good
for your
night.
input. Okay, we'll close public input for the evening, and we will move on to the next item on the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to reconsider Resolution R71, 2025 from the last meeting.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to reconsider Resolution R71, 2025. We'll move that to item number 13 on our agenda for tonight, take it up later. I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda contents.
Mr. Chairman, point of order, we need to make a vote on that reconsideration.
You're right, sorry. Anybody have anything that they'd like to add to Mr. Servant's motion to reconsider? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, ayes have it. We will remove that to item number 13 on our agenda, and next I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda contents.
So move.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of May 20th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to the consent agenda.
So moved.
Anybody have any comments about the consent agenda tonight? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. There's a matter that does not appear on our agenda this evening, but we would like to make special recognition of one of our Horry County police officers. I'd like to call up Randy Webster and Deputy Chief Wyatt to the dais for a moment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. Thank you for the opportunity for us to recognize Patrolman First Class Turner tonight. Deputy Chief Wyatt will go through the details of it, but I'll just tell you right now, we're very proud of him, very proud of our law enforcement within Horry County, and just a really great pleasure to recognize someone for doing an outstanding job.
Thank you, Council. Chief Linhart sends his deep regrets for not being able to attend tonight, but he did want to convey his thanks for appreciating us and for looking out for our officer and recognizing him for his good deeds. On May 22nd, on the eve of Memorial Day Bike Fest, about 8:30 in the morning, Myrtle Beach police officers engaged with a stolen vehicle on Ocean Boulevard. When they went to stop the vehicle, they began firing at law enforcement. The vehicle was full of occupants with multiple weapons, all being fired at officers. A car chase ensued through the city of Myrtle Beach, up and down Kings Highway, Ocean Boulevard, and Market Commons. A call to the county was made for help. Officer Turner was in the area, was very quick to respond, stayed up to date with the chase. He kept getting the reports that officers were being shot at while this car chase was proceeding up and down the busy streets of the Grand Strand. He caught up with the vehicle on 17 Business around Harrelson Boulevard near the entrance of the airport around that area. After he caught up with it, he maintained cool, calm, collective, and good decision-making. He navigated traffic while calling out his speeds, while calling out the conditions of the roads, keeping the pedestrians safe through the use of his proper sirens and lights. He was able to be articulate on the radio enough to where his backup units were coming to him. At one point, he outmaneuvered other officers, and he found himself alone, a very unfortunate situation for any officer to be in with armed suspects. That did not deter Officer Turner. He continued the chase until it came to a safe conclusion on 62nd Avenue when the occupants had a minor collision and gave up. Due to his persistence, they came to a safe end because of his actions. So I'd like to recognize Officer Turner.
Well, Mr. Turner would like to say a few words?
Sure. About 2 years ago, I joined our department from the fire side of everything, and since then, I've just had the drive to keep Horry County safe. And luckily that day, things didn't turn out anyway but great. So I'm thankful for the guys I work with. I'm thankful for the Lord being with us that day, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I want to thank you very much for your service. You are all assets to our community. We appreciate everything that the police department and the fire department do for the community to keep us safe. Just a little personal note, I witnessed the chase as I was dropping my daughter off to school at St. Andrews that morning, and I immediately called Randy and I said, what in the world is going on? But he let me know that the pursuit was underway and that we had things under control, and I think you did an excellent job in keeping the community safe. So thank you very much for your work and your service.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to say, just thank you so much, officer, for stepping up in this crisis. And when it's a perfect example of we're one Horry County, and it's one team Horry, as Mr. Allen likes to say, and when a municipality calls us, we're here to back them up, and they're here to back us up too. It's a perfect example of collaboration and communication, and just thank you for doing what you're doing. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. All right, we'll take up Resolution R-58-2025 to adopt and submit the Horry County Home Consortium Housing and Community Development 2025-2026 Annual Action Plan to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Motion to amend with the amendment attached.
Okay, any discussion about the amended resolution? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We'll move on to the reading of the ordinances. Item number 6, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 54-2025 to approve the request and amend the official zoning maps for Horry County, South Carolina, so as to rezone a 1.79 acre portion of PINS 44105030004, 44105030005, 44105030006, and 44105020024 from residential MSF6 to limited industrial with and limited industrial to retail with accessory outdoor storage. Mr. Loftus.
Motion to approve.
Please let the record show that Mr. Mascarelli had recused himself from the vote. Is there anybody from the public who'd like to speak on this matter tonight? Anyone from council? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 55-2025 to approve the request to amend the official zoning maps for Horry County, South Carolina, so as to rezone PIN number 440090100004 from residential SF40 to agricultural ranchettes AG6. Mr. Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would ask that we move that forward to third reading.
Second.
Is anyone from the public here to speak on this matter? Okay, anyone from council other than Mr. Crawford? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Second reading and public hearing of ordinance 56-2025 to approve the request to amend the official zoning maps for Horry County, South Carolina, so as to rezone a 42.35 acre portion of PIN number 29900000016 from limited forest agriculture to agricultural community services AG3. Mr. Hardy.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, is anyone from the public here to speak on this matter? Come up to the dais, please. Please state your name for our record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Crystal Oxforth. Crystal is with a K. Oxforth is Oxfurth. I'm actually here speaking on behalf of my father, Chris Lawrence. My parents, Chris and Melissa Lawrence, have lived on McKinley Shortcut Road since 2016, April of 2016. I lived many years with them there. We moved there when I was 15, and I am frequently there with my 11-month-old twins that my mom watches so I can work. I am actually here to ask the council to oppose this rezoning ordinance. While I respect a property owner's right to do what they would like with their land, and as much as I recognize that what they want to do with this commercial building could potentially bring a lot of money into the county, I do believe that this rezoning poses a real danger to the people, animals, and overall safety of that rural community. McKinley Shortcut Road is a very narrow dirt road. I know that the zoning maps say that it's a 2-lane road, but if there's 2 cars coming down that road at the same time, you have to pull off to the side, slow down very, very slowly to let another one in. On top of that, and especially with hurricane season coming up, I would like to mention that that road frequently washes out whenever we have a major rainstorm. So I do understand that the county has that in RIDE 4 for the paving. And I also do understand that the contractors stated at the zoning commission that they intend on paving the road and dedicating that to the county. But I do want to be clear about this. Residents of that community have been asking for this road to be paved for years, and we have been told repeatedly it'll happen eventually. It hasn't. And even if that paving does happen, it does not resolve the bigger safety and infrastructure problems that this rezoning will bring. One of the biggest concerns is the intersection where McKinley Shortcut Road meets Daphane Road. So my parents' property is where that intersection tees off. So it could go straight down McKinley Shortcut, which is where it would take you around to where this 42-acre property would be that they would be doing this this commercial building, and then there's a stop sign in my parents' house. So this stop sign, they paved Daphane Road when they put a bunch of houses back there, and they also put a little private school back there, and nobody respects this stop sign. Nobody. It's unsafe. Living there for 9 years with my family, we've seen countless cars that have been run off the road into these steep ditches because people do not follow the law. And that includes a state trooper that lives down Daphane. If we cannot trust local law enforcement to follow the street signs, how are we going to trust a whole bunch of traffic that's going to be coming through for these commercial businesses that they mentioned, doctor's offices, hair salons, whatever they are planning on putting back there? On Daphane Road is that private school that I previously mentioned that also contains a small animal sanctuary. This animal sanctuary includes tortoises, goats, livestock guardian dogs, all of that, and they frequently are getting out and in the road. Adding commercial traffic to this area makes it even more dangerous for these animals and the school children that do attend that private school. On top of all of that I've already mentioned, there is already a large housing development that is going behind the Coca-Cola distribution plant. We That project alone will significantly increase traffic as soon as people realize what the shortcut in McKinley Shortcut stands for. Because you can go through McKinley Shortcut, take a right onto Daphane, take a left onto Daphane, and then that takes you to Highway 554, which is a way to get around Red Bluff if you're heading into Loris. And we all know how crazy Red Bluff can be.
Ma'am, your time is up, if you have a final comment.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I just, I didn't even get to everything, and I do apologize for taking so much time. There's also wildlife that with the overdevelopment is already bringing bears, coyotes, and venomous snakes into the area, as well as I would like to remind the council that in 2021, we had the amphitheater discussion on the same road where the housing development is going up, and
I'm gonna have to ask you.
yeah, I just wanted to say that y'all denied that for the same exact reasoning that I am bringing up, that we do request that this be denied.
Thank you very much for your input.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from the public who'd like to comment on this project? Okay. Closing public input. Is there anybody from council who'd like to discuss the matter? Mr. Hardy.
Mr. Chairman, the applicant on this has to do the road improvements before they move forward, so all that she was talking about will be taken care of.
Okay, anyone else? All right, all in favor of the ordinance?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, ayes have it. Second reading and public hearing of ordinance 57-2025, approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute a lease agreement with Squires Brothers Farms, Inc. for property located at Party Pines Road.
So move. Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this? Okay, we will close public input. Anyone from council? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, moving on, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 58-2025, approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute a lease agreement with Grand Strand Sertoma Club for property located on 21st Avenue North in the city of Myrtle Beach.
So move.
Is anyone from the public here to discuss this project? Okay, hearing none, we'll close public input. Anyone from council who'd like to discuss this project? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 60-2025 to authorize and approve an agreement for the development of a joint industrial and business park by and between Georgetown County and Horry County with property located in Horry County along Postal Way, to require the payment of a fee in lieu of ad valorem taxes by businesses and industries located in the park, to apply zoning and other laws in the park, and to provide for law enforcement jurisdiction in the park, and to provide the distribution of park revenues within the county.
So moved. Second.
All right, this is open for public hearing. Is there anybody from the public here who'd like to discuss this ordinance? All right, hearing none, we'll close public input. Anyone from council who'd like to discuss this ordinance? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right, second reading of ordinance 59-2025, approving and authorizing the county administrator to engage in negotiations and execute a deed to convey the county's interest in property located on 21st Avenue North in the city of Myrtle Beach.
So moved. Second.
Okay. This is not open for public input. Should we call Barry up, please? Does anybody from council have any questions about this? Do we need to call Barry up? No?
Do we have an amended version of?
Not of this one. Okay. No. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now, moving along, this is the reconsidered motion, the motion to reconsider Resolution 71-2025.
Second. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to amend it with the changes in the packet that are on the dais as amended. It's a form of a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. So, Barry, do you want to come up and just explain what we're doing with this amended resolution?
Indeed, Council and Chairman, This amendment that is before you, after discussion with the City of Myrtle Beach, would increase the amount that the county has authorized for our consideration in these negotiations from $6 million to $8,250,000.
Just so we're clear, this was a counter to a counter that the city provided to us, right? We didn't
That
just
is-
bid against ourselves here.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions for Barry? Is there anybody up here who'd like to discuss the matter? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. All right, next we'll move on to memorial dedications. Mr. Allen.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. A dear friend and a Horry Countyite, Mr. Linwood Carroll.
Mr. Hardy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Buddy Watts Jr. and Russell Garin Strickland Sr.
Okay, Mr. Crawford.
You, dear friend of mine, former mayor of Surfside, Bob Childs, and Mr. Timothy O'Black.
Also, I'd like to, he has not passed away, but he is ill. Those of you who may remember him, Keith Van Winkle, he's moved away from our county, but he's in poor health, so I just ask that you keep him in your prayers. Please make note of the upcoming meetings. We have council meeting on June 17th, admin on June 24th, INR on June 10th, and public safety on June 10th as well. There is no need for an executive session tonight, I believe.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed Mr. Anderson. I didn't see him come up on here.
That's okay.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, I didn't hit you.
Yeah.
Dr. Marshall Sasser, Mr. Scott Hyman, Miss Elsie Lee Harrington, Dr. Eugene Butler, Gregory Leon Johnson II, Steve Romano, and Mr. James Stevens.
Okay, thank you. We will close tonight's meeting in honor of these individuals and ask that you keep their families in your prayers. No executive session. I think I heard a motion to adjourn. Okay.